Hello, I'm Andrea Hopke, and I am a co-owner with my business partner, Becky Dannenfelser of Clearwater Consulting Group, and delighted to be with you today with one of our favorite clients.
Just one of?
The absolute favorite client, Richard Kopelman with Habif, Arogeti Wynne. He is actually the CEO of HA&W, and we have been working with this firm for how long?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. So if you can cast your mind back to the original time when you decided to bring us in, what was going on at the time, and why did you decide to bring Clearwater in?
So 3.5 years ago, I was just coming into the role of CEO and managing partner of our firm after 61 years being in business. And we were looking to move from a command and control environment to a more collaborative environment. We were also very much focusing on people's first, and we had just had a leadership summit of all of our partners and directors and had made the decision that that's where we wanted to focus, and we needed a partner that would hold us accountable, as you like to do, and tell us how things are and not tell us what we want to hear and work with us to make that a reality. And
my memory of that is that with your vision and encouragement, all of the employees at HA&W participated in the work that we ended up doing. It was called Creating Cultures of Engagement, and not only the senior team participated, but all of the different practice groups and all of the staff participated in that. Yeah. So if you think about the culture that you were shifting from the command and control to, what are some of the elements that we've been able to help you with in terms of that shift?
So I think a big part of that was getting our teams together, and I think we had 4 or 5 different sessions that your team facilitated, and everybody got a chance to weigh in and talk about what do we want the culture and the future of HA&W to look like. And out of that came the cornerstone document.
That's right.
That talks about our pillars.
Yep.
And talks about the behaviors that are acceptable and not acceptable within the organization.
And how they would hold each other accountable.
And how they would hold each other accountable. And I think that was a big part of us being able to talk about and actually have something we can put our hands on.
True.
That said, this is, culture sometimes can be a little...
amorphous?
Yes, very much so. Very fuzzy. So this gives us something a little concrete. We're a bunch of accountants. We're a lot of accountants. So we like to hold on to the numbers. So this gives us something to hold on to and use on a day-to-day basis.
That's excellent. And I remember the other element that you asked us to come help you with was forms of communication with different work styles. So share a little bit, about your perspective of the DISC profile.
So as we continue to evolve the organization and look at ways we can improve our employee experiences and our clients' experiences, we started, I think, with a small pilot group actually on the DISC profiles. And now we've done it company-wide, and we have it on everybody's nameplate. And you've done some work with our senior leadership team at the executive committee in helping us figure out, how can we better communicate, solve problems together. And actually, we're doing it with our intern program as well, and the leadership academy that we do with students that are 2 or 3 years ahead of coming into the workforce. So.
And you also got your marketing folks to start putting it as a nameplate, right? So that when someone walks up to your desk, your core space, then you would know how to approach them.
That's right. Well, not only is it on the on your nameplate, but also electronically in Outlook. When you go in to send someone an email, you can actually access that information as well in the portal and in the email system. So maybe when you're sending an email, you might think twice about how you're wording it.
Actually, that's a really good point. It is a good reminder. The other area that you've brought us in the past couple of years is to work with the senior team in terms of being supportive of team agreements, getting really focused in terms of senior team commitments to each other. We used a little bit of the Patrick Lencioni models of 5 behaviors of a cohesive team. So Richard's very much engaged in establishing a vision that he wants everyone to not only have a conversation around, but buy into and feel empowered by. So if someone were to ask you, Richard, what you think is the most unique thing about working with Clearwater, or why you enjoy working with Clearwater, what would you say?
That's a great question, because we also want to be trusted advisors with our clients, and that's our goal, to be that strategic partner. And I think that's where you guys have moved over the last 3 years, is very much a strategic partner. There are times where I'll call you just to bounce ideas off of, when things come up at the executive committee and we're thinking about how do we handle a particular people-related matter. Your name is always, in the forefront of that discussion. And just recently in your conversation with Tony called me and said they asked all the right questions about how do we move forward with a new engagement that we're talking about. Plus, you like to hold us and me especially accountable, and definitely don't have a problem delivering. Let's say maybe not the easiest news to deliver, and tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. And I think that's a big part of being a strategic partner, is having that honest and straightforward discussion, and give that feedback that people need to hear so they can move forward.
Well, it was clear to us from day one that you are a continuous learner in your life. You've always looked for opportunities. You've always looked for opportunities to continue to develop, and then to bring other people along in that development. So we've thoroughly enjoyed working with you, and look forward to the next few years.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for spending time with us. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about Clearwater Consulting Group, and to learn more, check out the rest of the website. And to learn about Richard's company, check out www.hawcpa.com. Thank you so much.